I survived 200 days in Minecraft Hardcore, so I thought why not combine both of these videos into one full movie which you all can relax and enjoy too. But without further ado, sit back, relax, go about your day, sleeping, eating, studying, whatever it is that you're doing as you enjoy this video and my journey of how I survived 200 days in Minecraft Hardcore.
In Hardcore, you die once and the game is over. Over these 100 days, I have 3 goals. Number 1, I want to have a good base with a home, with farms, with a trading system of some sort, and just other random stuff that are in a base. Number 2, I want to obtain full netherite armor and tools. And number 3, I want to defeat the boss of Minecraft, the Ender Dragon. Can I do this? Can I stay alive for 100 days in Minecraft Hardcore? Watch the video till the end, and of course, subscribe if you're new. And yeah, I don't know. Just hope you enjoy. Day 1 was a very productive day. I spawned next to a taiga biome and a plains biome. I went immediately into doing things that I needed to do, and I got tools. Next, vegans, just don't look at this. Anyways, I was actually pretty close to a village, and in the village I got all the wheat I needed. And I even saw a ruined nether portal, I think that's what you call it. But yeah, a ruined nether portal, and I even got some iron. Next, I traded. I do not know why I did this, but I guess I was trying to get emeralds. I even breeded some sheep and some pig. And I even actually got a friend, which was very good. And the blacksmith in this village was absolutely terrible. Iron? Are you kidding me? Now, as I was blocking up the villages, this happened. I realized how strong zombies are. Dang. Hard mode really is hard. On day 2, a zombie got me from outside of the house. Like, dude, what do you mean? Anyways, on day 2, I wanted to go into the nether, so I broke all the obsidian, placed down more obsidian, got flint and steel, and lit the portal. In the nether, there were just so many mobs. Just so many that I decided to go back into the overworld. Then I started terraforming and I built a mine shack. Now, I wanted to build this thing just because, I needed resources. I even actually trapped a zombie villager, which was actually very, very good. On day 3, as I was mining iron, something, really bad happened. I was about to die on day 3, believe it or not, on day 3. As you can see over here, I'm just mining iron, and right over here, in some time, boom, a creeper. I was about to die. Anyways, I just went back to the mine shack. Then the mine shack was looking pretty good, but it needed a roof. On day 3, I traded with piglins. I didn't get the best loot or any good loot, but I just traded. On day 4, all I done was get heaps and heaps of resources, and the resources, what I mean is coal. And yeah, I was just getting coal. I was just getting coal the entire day. There was actually a lot of coal next to my spawn, so yeah, that was good. Oh yeah, and I even killed some llamas, forgot to say that. Next, I planted some sugarcane on day 4. I just planted some sugarcane. I went down to the mines and I wanted to actually go and dig straight down. And then I built ladders so that I can go up and down easily. I wanted to go to Y12 so that, I can actually mine and actually get diamonds. I even found lapis and other ores on the way. I even found more iron, which is, I really needed iron. Anyways, I was in an abandoned mine shaft, and this was really bad. Cave spiders are so lethal, they do so much damage. As you can see, I'm just blocking myself over here. Yeah, day 5. Anyways, I went down to my mine, and as you can see, now I'm in Y12, and I just put this over here so I can easily go down and access this mine. As you can see, now I just tested this, and this water seemed to work. Next, I was just mining. I was literally just mining on day 5. I was hoping to get diamonds, and I got them. I didn't find too many diamonds, but the amount of diamonds I got was actually not too bad, and I even got other resources as well as diamonds, such as iron, redstone, lapis, and all of that. Next, I found gold, and right next to the gold was a ravine, which is going to be very, very fun. I decided to go back up, and I made myself diamond armor. I made myself a chest plate and some leggings. I got some resources to complete the mine shack building. And as you can see, now I completed the mine shack building and you know, like, the mine shack looked pretty good. Anyways, I went back to the ravine and I was just lighting it up so that, you know, mobs don't spawn and kill me. I got more redstone and I even got more gold. And I actually used a pretty cool tactic to see through lava and boom! I found even more diamonds, which was actually really good. I tried this tactic again and the things that you could see were just wow. And then yeah, I got some achievements. Anyways, I strip mined again. I was really determined to get full diamond armor and full diamond tools. So I strip mined in day 7 as well. And with all the diamonds I got, I started to make tools and diamond armor. And now, as you can see, here's a little flex. I'm just too good. On day 8, I really wanted emeralds, so I made a Fletcher villager, and with him, I traded sticks for emeralds. So I just chopped, and then, yeah, I pretty much just got sticks for emeralds, and then I repeated the whole process again, resulting in more emeralds. Today was a pretty chill day. From day 9 to 10, I went to the librarian villager and all I done was try to get mending. This took so long. Trust me, this took 2 days, which results in 40 minutes in real time. This took so long just to get one overpowered book, but in the long run, it was actually good because I got mending, as you can see over here, for 10 emeralds, which is really good, and if I infect him, that'll go even more lower. From days 11 to 15, I started the layout of my house. Now, the first thing that you wanted to do for building a house was terraforming. So, you know, I had to terraform the entire land to make it good. And, you know, there was a nice sunrise too, and I just started and done the layout of this house. Now, I wanted this house not to be a normal house, but to be a mansion. And over here, I just mess up my ender pearl. Absolutely mess it up. I literally go nowhere. Like, oh my god. Anyways, I needed a lot of resources for this house, like a lot, and a lot of wood was took for this house. So yeah, that was that. And then, you know, I was just doing the layout of my house, and as you can see, it was coming together pretty well. I really liked how it was coming together. I just done more and more investment time into the house, and I wanted this house to be more of a mansion than a house. Then I started on the roof. And then I went back to the Fletcher just for a little time and got some emeralds. The roof was all done and then I immediately got attacked from phantoms. Like, god damn, like I never actually fought phantoms before, so this was completely new to me, but you know, I mean, it was pretty simple. Next, I was doing the roof, the actual full roof of this house. Now trust me, this roof was, yeah, it took a lot of resources. On the morning of day 16, I farmed some wheat. Now, I don't know why I did this, but I just did it. Anyways, I went back and I got some resources to, you know, do more of the house, the absolutely big house. Like, this was the most biggest thing and it took lots of time. Anyways, for some time, I went to the nether and I realized that there was a fortress right next to my spawn. Now, this made me very happy. A fortress right next to my spawn? Hell yeah. Anyways, I continued on doing the roof. On days 16 to 22, I was doing nothing but the roof. I wanted this roof to be finished and this roof took so long. Phantoms would always just come and try to kill me, but you know, it ain't happening, and this roof was just so big. And I even actually tamed a dog, which was, I mean a wolf, which was really good, and this wolf just looked so cute, like trust me, like it looked so cute. Anyways, you know, I just resumed what I was always doing. Yeah, roof. This roof was finally done. It was finally done on day 20, and yeah, phantoms were still attacking me. This roof was finally done, and for me at least, that was a big accomplishment. On day 19, I slept after a long time, and I woke up to a creeper, which was pretty sad. But anyways, I actually took the resources from the village and I used it for a farm. Farms like sheep, cows, pigs, etc. And this was pretty much what I was doing for the entirety of day 20. Next, I done some more terraforming, and I even got some sheep inside of their little pen, or whatever you want to call it. And then I even breeded them, and a zombie tried to get in, but yeah, you're not gonna come in. I got the pigs from the village, and I actually just, made them come to the pen over at my house. They were finally here, and now for what I'm about to show you, I'm really not proud. I am really not proud. I'm sorry. I actually planted some sugarcane next to my house, and I even started on a wheat farm. Now, I made an infinite water source, and I gave the wheat farm some water, and then I, actually put the wheat on the wheat farm. And things were looking good. I had a wheat farm, and I was about to make another wheat farm, and some of it being pumpkin. I planted everything I could possibly plant. I even found a crossbow in the middle of nowhere. I used it and I got a random advancement that I never knew actually worked. From days 22 to 30, I really wanted to complete the house. I wanted to do all the interior, all the exterior, everything that the house needed to be completed. I wanted to do everything. So, I put my mind to it because of course, I do not like building houses, but once I want to make a house, I try to make it the best. Over here, I was actually making this sort of attic view so I can actually see the sunset every single day. So that was going to be pretty sick. So, I was just working on this view, and I even made stairs to go up from this view. And this is how it was looking so far, but I wanted to improve it, so I did. I made slabs. And then as you can see, this is how it was looking, but then I realized that the sunset wasn't even on that side. I just mucked everything up. Oh my god. What am I doing? I had to do all of this again. So I measured everything out, I dug a hole, and I done it all again, and this is how it looked. Now I could see the moon rising and the sun rising, which is actually pretty good. Now I was just making this little attic view look a bit better. I actually improved the interior a bit, and as you can see over here, I was just improving it, and this is how it looked at the end. I would jump up in a ladder, and then I would come over here, and as you can see, I can see the sun set right over here, and even the moon rising, which was just how I wanted it. Well, not exactly at first, but I mean, Then I started moving all of my stuff from my old house, from the old village house, to my new house. And yeah, this was actually taking quite a while. Then I placed the bed in the attic and I slept. And this was really good. Then with some of the pumpkins I had, I started a pumpkin farm, and this was going to be really good because, you'll just see later. I even got some cows to come and join my army. After this, I started the sugarcane farm. I didn't start the sugarcane farm, I expanded on the sugarcane. And I even completed my house. My house exterior was actually looking pretty good, and yeah. The bookshelves I already had, and the ones from the sugarcane farm, I started to make an enchantment table setup. I went back down and I got some obsidian. After this, I made the enchantment table. Okay, so I used an anvil to actually repair all of my tools. Now, I don't know if this was the best thing to do, but you guys can tell me in the comment section below. I then breeded some cows, cause why not? Then I got sand because I really needed sand for glass. And then as you can see, this is the finished product of the exterior of the house. It wasn't looking too bad. I have to say, it was looking pretty good, wool and glass. Next, I actually started on the floor. I wanted all the floor to be spruce planks. All of my floor was done. I even had this little chest room and, you know, separated from everything. I was just working on that. And this floor took 2 days. Literally 2 days just to make a floor. Like, guys, please help me. But I mean, everything was looking good and the house was looking good, and even the roof, the attic, everything was good. On the morning of day 31, I planted some pumpkins, but then later I went to the cave spawner and I wanted to make this into a farm, so here is the sick montage. On day 34, the plan was pretty simple. I really wanted to start enchanting. So, you know, I killed the cows and I took my sugarcane and I even explored a bit, and I actually even found a village. So this was really good for my enchantment table. The village didn't have much of the good loot, but what the village did have is a librarian. So heaps of free bookshelves. Just what I needed. Anyways, I went back to my house and I made bookshelves. The enchantment table setup was all ready to be used and it was done, so that was really good. The first thing I got was Unbreaking 3 and Fortune 3, literally Fortune 3 on my pickaxe, and I even put Mending on it. Then I went back to the cave spider farm and I got some XP. This cave spider farm gave me heaps and heaps of XP. Trust me, like in 2 minutes it would give me 5 levels, which was really good. 5 levels, I mean 25 to 30. And I even put Unbreaking 3 on my diamond axe. Next, I went to the nether. Now, I wanted to see what was faster in XP. Was it nether quartz or actually going to the cave spider farm? I even found some gold on the way, so you know. But yeah, I just wanted to see what was actually faster. And yeah, the cave spider farm was definitely much more faster. And I even got more mending books because once again, why not? And by the way, all of my storage, as you can see, was even sorted in nighttime. So on day 36, as I was trying to get some good books, and by good books I mean like protection or like efficiency or just anything good, as I was trying to get this, I actually did get a good book, but yeah, something bad happened. Yeah, just watch. As you can see over here, yeah, I actually got a Looting 3 book and then I accidentally punched this guy. And he literally doubled his trade. As you can see, he doubled his trade, so yeah, I had to kill him. I got even more emeralds because, I mean, there's never a time to say no to emeralds. I tried again. I tried to get the best books I could possibly get. It was day 37 and I still didn't have much good luck with the enchantment books, so I just went back to, killing sheep. On day 38, I actually farmed pumpkins. Now, these pumpkins were actually going to be very valuable to me, and you'll see soon enough, and I even farmed some wheat. Pretty much, I even terraformed, and day 38 was really just a farming day. I wanted my farm not just to be valuable for food, but to even be valuable for emeralds. Day 39, I was actually just making a new wheat farm. Now, I wanted to expand so that I can actually just make more emeralds out of these farms, so that's pretty much what I was doing. Day 40, I have to say I had a lot of pumpkins. I was a man with a lot of pumpkins. I started to trade some of these resources with the farmers to get emeralds. On day 41, I made a Fletcher villager, and then I traded with this Fletcher villager pretty much sticks for emeralds. Next, I actually made some villagers breed, which was really good. On day 42, I got Unbreaking 3, and on day 42, I even managed to actually get Looting 3. So this was a really good trade. On day 42, I even went to the cave spider farm and got some XP. And then I made diamond swords so that I can actually put them both together and then get a really good diamond sword. As you can see, I got sharpness 3, knockback, and even unbreaking. So yeah, that was good. And then I went back to the cave spider farm because, you know, why not? And on day 42, I put both swords in an anvil and I made them come together and I got sharpness 4, which was good. Then I put looting 3 on this sword. And this sword was looking good, but you know, I wanted to make it even more better. So I even put mending on it. Day 43, I actually wanted to start making my villager trading hall or villager trading system, whatever you want to say. So I actually just invested my time on that. I started putting random white wool and random pumpkins everywhere, and believe it or not, it actually looked pretty good. Then I made ladders so that I can actually access it easier. I wanted to make this trading hall big and easily accessible. And then I dug out holes so then, you know, I can actually start putting beds and villagers inside of this trading hall. I spent a lot of time on this villager trading hall and, you know, I needed to light up this place too. Then I actually placed water so that villagers can come easily, and I even sheared some leaves and I even added them to decoration as well. This thing was looking pretty nice. Then I went to the village and I actually took all the beds, and I even found out that there was actually a hidden entrance. So I went in this hidden entrance and I actually became a local brewer. Wow, I am so good at this game. Anyways, I just took all the beds and I even took all the things that the village had to offer. So then next I placed all these beds inside of the villager trading hall. Now, you know, I wanted this to be a breeding section too, that's why I needed these beds. And then I started to make rails and I started to make this thing actually accessible, and I wanted to get villagers inside of this thing as soon as possible. And this actually took a lot of resources, trust me, this took a lot and a lot of iron. I had this shortcut way from my house all the way to the village, so this was actually the way that I made these rails go. And you know, I needed a lot of iron for these rails, like these rails were expensive, but then I finally made it to the village and I decided to actually make rest of it on boat. So I dug out holes and I started placing water to actually get this boat system ready, and I completely forgot about this zombie villager. So this was what I was doing on day 47, I was just putting water and making this accessible by boat, and I was actually about to die here. I punched this iron golem and yeah, this was completely a wrong decision. Anyways, I stored all of my stuff in a chest and I, you know, continued on working on this villager trading system on day 48. And it was actually fairly hard to actually just get these villagers inside of a boat and to actually make them go inside of the minecart. As you can see, they just don't want to come. I realized that at nighttime I can actually use this bed tactic too to actually lure them in. On day 49, I was really determined to actually get this thing to work. So, you know, I tried all I could, but sooner or later the villagers actually went inside of the minecart and I could actually put them inside of the boats, and this was actually starting to work. I could actually start transporting my villagers now. As you can see, this boat system was pretty good, and then I had to put them in a minecart. Over here, I don't know what I'm doing. It's nighttime and I'm doing this bed tactic when the minecart is right over here, and I even got my consequence for it. So, I mean, I don't know if it's a consequence or not, but yes, the zombie, or the villager became a zombie villager. As you can see over here, it's pretty sad, but I kind of wanted this to happen, not gonna lie. I kind of wanted this to happen. I didn't expect it to happen this early, but I mean, I kind of needed it to happen at the same time. So I trapped this zombie villager and I went to the nether to get blaze rods and nether warts. I needed these potions to be made, so I needed to get nether warts and I needed them fast. And then I planted these nether warts on day 50 inside of my house. And then I went back because I needed blaze. The loot I actually got saddles, which was actually what I needed. And then on day 50, I finally started getting blaze rods to actually get this, infecting system started. I made some Eyes of Enders because why not? And then I went back to my house and I started to make these potions. And yeah, I didn't know what I was doing at first, but then everybody always learns, believe it or not. And then I put gunpowder and then I made these potions of weaknesses into splash potions of weaknesses, and then I cured this villager. I decided to call my horse friend Norgan, and Norgan was actually very fast, and in diamond armor he looked very good. He was very fast and he was really good at jumping. I went back to the zombie villager and this villager was giving me 1 emerald for literally mending books. 1 emerald. Are you kidding me? Are you insane? 1 emerald for mending books. I knew I was about to be overpowered really fast. Next, I lured this villager into my trap and into my trading hall. On day 52s to 62, I actually was just transporting most of my villagers to the trading hall. So I was just doing this and it was actually pretty successful. As you can see, they would just go to where they, could sense that there is a job, and they would just go there, and this was, it was becoming very successful. That was until this happened. Literally every single villager went inside of boats. Now, when this happens, you literally cannot take them out, and yeah, this was, I was in a very bad position. I just went back to the trading hall and I just trapped this villager inside. As you can see, it was pretty simple to trap these guys too. And yeah, it was actually fairly simple to trap these guys because they would just go wherever they could sense that there is a job. I didn't know what to do with these guys at all. They were just stuck in here, and yeah, I had no other options. Trust me, I had no other options but to kill them. Anyways, I still had more villagers, so I got those villagers. I actually only had 2 more left that I could actually breed and then make them even more. And then I actually just got these villagers and I pushed them inside of boats, and then they were actually very good too. It wasn't very hard to transport these guys at all. And yeah, these guys were just going in, and I had no issues at all now. And yeah, this was really good. And then I got more and more villagers inside of my trading hall. I even sectioned off this little trading hall so that there will be one section where I could actually just trade, and then another section where I can actually just breed the villagers. Transportation was pretty simple with these rails. I actually didn't transport the Fletcher all the way because I actually wanted to infect this Fletcher. I wanted 1 stick for 1 emerald. Yes, it is actually possible. I started to infect the Fletcher. In the middle of nowhere, there was a zombie villager inside of my house, so I just trapped him. I trapped him, and this guy was actually very helpful. So then I just uninfected this guy with potions of splash, potions of weaknesses, and golden apples. And then I rode this guy all the way down to my trading hall, and I made him into a farmer, which was really good, since you'll just see right now, this guy literally was selling me something really good. Not only wheat for emeralds, but you'll see later. As you can see, the Fletcher was really good. He was getting infected and uninfected, and I was doing the same process again and again. But then over here, as you can see, I done a mistake. I left both of them in the sun to die. So yeah, my Fletcher actually died. Then I started breeding in the breeding chamber, whatever you want to call it. I even actually growed more crops, and I growed more wheat and pumpkin. So this is why, as you can see over here, I get 1 pumpkin for 1 emerald. 1 pumpkin for 1 emerald. This is what I was gassing all of you guys up for. 1 pumpkin for 1 emerald, 1 emerald for 1 mending book. It was just, yeah, it was just insane, I have to say. And then I just put mending on all my armor and all my tools. And of course, once you get mending, the only thing that you can do is get XP. So I went back to my cave spider farm, and as you can see over here, yes, mending is really the best enchant. In the villager trading hall, I was even getting some other books, so you know, I was taking them too. Sweeping Edge, Flame, I was taking them. And then I got even more XP, and then, you know, I put even more enchants on my sword. I wanted this thing to be a complete beast. Then, as you can see, the villager trading bar was actually growing. It was growing in rapid amounts. Well, not rapid, but, you know, it was growing. Boys and girls, this was the baby zombie that killed Phil's of Minecraft. As you can see, I could not even tap on him with a axe, so I was just like, okay, I am out of here. That is the person, that is the zombie that killed Phil's of Minecraft. Trapped another zombie villager, and pretty much on day 63 I got more golden apples and I made more splash potions of weaknesses. This zombie villager was going to be the Fletcher that was going to give me 1 stick for 1 emerald. So, you know, I pretty much just infected this guy, and yeah. Anyways, I went back to the mines and I got even more emeralds, and you know, I was just trying to get some protection books. On day 63, I even got efficiency 4, and this was really good, so I immediately got a boat, and you know, I captured this guy and I put him in my trading system, not in my breeding hall. And then of course I just trapped him inside of this little chamber, and yeah, that was it. On day 64, I went back to my villager and there was a creeper. Literally right there was a creeper, and I was trying to kill this creeper, and yeah, it kind of went unsuccessful. Hopefully and thankfully my villager didn't die. If he died, I would have raged. I would have literally rage quit. This video wouldn't even be up. Anyways, I farmed more pumpkins and I got more emeralds via the pumpkins, and more villagers were starting to breed, and everything was looking really good. And wow, look at that baby. That is a cute baby. Anyways, I went back to the villager and I got another zombie with this villager. You know, I needed this villager to give me low amounts of emeralds. I mean, lower amounts of stick. Actually, 1 stick for 1 emerald. Killed the zombie next to him. No, you are not going to have any friends. Sorry, Fletcher. And then I went and I got sand because I needed more glass bottles. And then I uninfected this villager with splash potions of weaknesses and of course gaps. If you don't know what gaps are, that pretty much means golden apples. Anyways, on day 65 I needed diamonds. I needed a diamond shovel, so I went diamond hunting. I got diamonds pretty quickly, and yeah, I actually got quite a lot because of my Fortune 3 pickaxe. Then I made a diamond shovel. The Fletcher was selling me 26 sticks for emeralds, which I did take because I needed to actually lock the trade in, which I actually realized later. And yeah, and then I of course, you know, infected him again. Anyways, I put enchants on my diamond shovel. Later on, I got a librarian to give me sharpness 5 for 18 emeralds. Of course, I entrapped him into my little trading hole. Oh my god, there was just way too many children. I even took Silk Touch. On day 67, I found another zombie and I made him zombify my villager. I even got some item frames to actually just get the chest's navigations a bit more better. I tried to get a protection book. I really needed protection, but you know, my luck for protection just wasn't coming. On day 68, the villager offered me 7 sticks for 1 emerald. It was good, but you know me, like, I am not taking that. I need even less. This time it took quite a while to actually find a zombie and actually lure him inside of the boat, but you know, it happens sooner or later. I killed the zombie and then once again I uninfected the zombie villager. On day 69, mission was accomplished. I got 1 stick for 1 emerald. What I ever wanted, what I always wanted, 1 stick for 1 emerald. It finally was here. Oh, what the hell, why did I say that like that? But anyways, 1 stick for 1 emerald, I was very happy. I then rode this villager all the way to the villager trading hall. And yeah, he was actually a good person too. He just went straight to his job and then I trapped him. Boys, you know I'm gonna get rich when it's literally 1 stick for 1 emerald. Literally. All of this was stonks. Now, you know, I just had to flex at least a bit, you know? I just had to at least flex a bit. So yeah, here's me just flexing. Cool. On day 70, guess what I done? Of course I got wood so then I can get even more emeralds. This Fletcher guy was really just making me really rich really quickly. And iron golems even started to spawn, so it was actually secure, very secure as well. I got more emeralds from sticks. Villager was even selling me thorns, so I took it. So you know, like he was selling me thorns, and then pretty much I can multiply this and then make this into thorns 3. Or if you've ever watched movies, when something really good happens, like 1 stick for 1 emerald, bad things have to come. On day 70 at night time, pillagers came, and you know, this wasn't much of a worry, but then I accidentally killed them, and I didn't even realize that the village or my trading hall was right next to me, and this triggered a raid. I wasn't ready for it. For me, things started to go downhill real fast. I did not want to raid because I just did not. My armor was not ready for it, but you know, I just started to stack up on some resources, got some bows. I even like blocked up the villages so then nobody would actually go in there. I did not want the villagers to die. Oh no. Yeah, now I'm actually just gonna show you guys a quick montage, day 70s to 75 I think it is. But yeah, this is just a little quick montage of everything that happened in the raid. This raid was so long. This raid took so much time. But anyways, watch the full montage because I died. I mean, I was about to die a lot of times. Hero of the village. I definitely didn't want it, but I mean, if it's gonna come to me, why not take it? I went back to the villages and I really hoped that the villagers were still alive. I prayed all I could, and hopefully and thankfully the villagers were still alive and all of them were there. I even enchanted and I even started to get thorns too, and then I put them both together for thorns 3, but I needed some XP. I went to the cave spider farm to get XP. Oh yeah, and a good thing about this raid, I actually got totems of undying, and trust me, this was going to be used in the future. Just a little spoiler, this was going to be used in the future. And as I was trying to get protection from the villagers kept on throwing books. Now I don't know why this was happening. At that time I was just pissed off. I don't know why they were doing this, but I mean at the same time I was, you know, I mean free books, why not? And then I realized later on that, you know, it's because of the effect hero of the village. I tried to get protection, but this was just not working at all. I did not get what I wanted to get. I did not get protection 4. I thought to myself, what else can I do to actually just get my armor a bit more better? And of course, that is netherite. So, you know, I got some beds, I started gearing up, I mean, what? And then I just went to the nether to get some netherite. Here is another montage of me getting netherite. This was me getting netherite full armor and full netherite tools. And here it is. Before we get into the montage, here it is. At the time I was about to die because of one dumb mistake. If I didn't have the totem of undying, I was dead meat. As you can see over here, I completely misplaced the bed. Completely. I was mucking around and I pretty much died. Anyways, let's get on with the montage. Full netherite armor and tools. Pretty good with all of these full netherite tools and full netherite armor. On day 81, after the success of netherite, I was confident, I was really confident that I was going to get protection 4. So I pretty much put my mind to it, and I pretty much put my mind I was not going to stop until I got protection 4. So that is what I did. I needed the enchantment. Yeah, I was just not stopping at all. I had determination, you know. A man who has determination will never stop at all. That's it. Day 82, I was doing the same thing. I was just trying to get protection 4. And while I was doing all of this, I even put thorns 3 on my netherite chestplate. So, you know, that made it so that when anything will attack me, that will pretty much have the same damage. Okay, I am not a tutor, just go read it yourself. I mean that in a nice way, you know, in a nice way. But anyways, I got protection 4 on day 83. Of course, I immediately locked in the protection 4 trade. And I even got this villager out of the breeding and inside of the trading via a boat. And by the way, another thing, can I say, I didn't even infect the efficiency guy, but he just decided to give me 1 emerald as well as the mending guy and the efficiency guy, both of them giving me 1 emerald for books. I needed XP, so I went back to the good old cave spider farm and I got some XP. And then I started to put protection 4 on my armor. Now all my armor had protection 4, so I was actually really stacked on armor, and my tools were even very good. So this was a happy day. But once again, I don't know why I'm doing this. I burnt down the village on day 84. I don't know why I did this. I really don't know. I just burnt down the village. My hands just communicated by themselves and I burnt down the village. But of course I did not burn down my first ever house. That's just, yeah. I don't understand why I burnt down my village in the first place. Well, not exactly my village. I don't know what I was trying to achieve, but as I said, it was not my mind. It was my hands communicating. So sadly, all footage from day 85 to 90 just got corrupted or lost. I don't even know what happened to that footage. I tried to search for all I could, but all of the footage just went. I really wanted this footage in the recording, but it wasn't anything too big. But yeah, I just had to say this. 85 to 90, all footage was lost. Pretty much what I did during 85 to 90 was kill Enderman and get Eyes of Enders. I made potions of slow falling. Obviously, to make potions of slow falling, you need Phantom Membrane, which I got really earlier. And then I even got all the things for the dragon, like I got gaps and I geared up. And right now, I am at the end, about to fight the dragon. So let's do this. Day 90, it was the day of the fight. As you can see, this is the actual gear that I had. Nothing too fancy, just the usual that I had. I just had some cobblestone, 6 potions of slow falling, some gaps and golden carrots. And if you're gonna ask where I got the golden carrots from, it's from my farmer villager. He pretty much sells one, I think, emerald for, yeah, 1 emerald of course. 1 emerald for 4 golden carrots. Anyways, I started to light up the portal and boom, we are in the end. Actually didn't want to make this into a montage sort of feel, so yeah, this is just what I done. I'll just do a plain commentary. Fight myself, it was actually pretty easy, not gonna lie. I came very stacked. Potions of slow falling, everything, netherite armor, protection 4. I came very stacked, so it was actually fairly easy to do and I had no problems whatsoever. Even though I was at 4 hearts at a point, but you know, like, it was actually fairly easy to do. I am actually really good at this game. I'm really good at shooting as well. Like, my aim is really good. I was just shredding the Ender Dragon. It didn't really take long for him to die. I was just shredding him to pieces. It was a easy fight. And over here, as you can see, the Ender Dragon is very low and he is about to die. I done some last sword crits on him and he died. Amount of levels I got, I literally got 55. I think 55. Yeah, I got 55 levels. 55 levels. That was I was thankful for that. I was really thankful for that. Thank you, Ender Dragon. Of course, I did not stop here. I needed the elytra and I wanted the elytra and I even wanted some shulker boxes. So you know, I started to go to end cities. The first end city I went to was absolutely terrible. Like, there wasn't even an end ship. There wasn't even an end ship and it was just absolutely terrible. I just went in there, got some shulker boxes and I got out. It was still day 91 and I actually went to an end city which was much more bigger and with an end ship, and pretty much I was just looting this city. There were so many shulkers. There were so many shulkers. I've never ever seen this many shulkers in my entire life. Like, can you see this? It's a tower of shulkers. But I mean, it was good for me. I wasn't taking much damage because of my armor and stuff. But you know, it was good for me because I like shulker boxes. The chests in these end cities were not actually that good. I got beetroot seeds because I actually thought that I didn't have them, but I actually did have them at home. But I just got them, and that's literally all I got from these chests. The diamond armor wasn't so good. They were with very basic enchants. Anyways, I was on the end ship and I killed the last shulker box, which was protecting the elytra. The chests were absolutely trash. And then there it was. It was just waiting for me. It was just waiting for me and I got the elytra on day 92. And I didn't actually realize it at this point. Oh my god. But I forgot to get the what is it called? I forgot to get the dragon head. I literally forgot to get the dragon head and I didn't realize it at this point. But sooner or later I had to come back all the way over here again. I went back and I got the dragon egg. Of course I got the dragon egg. I forgot the dragon head, but I wouldn't forget the dragon egg. And then the credits rolled. Back at home, I started to actually make the shulker boxes. You know, if you don't already know me, I am a big fan of shulker boxes. That's why I got so many in the first place. But then of course, I had to go all the way back, all the way again to the portal, back just for one thing, the dragon head, and I actually even left my horse. So yeah. I left Norgan over here from days 80 to 85, or was it 85 to 88, something like that, the ones that were corrupted. I left Norgan over there, but then I went back to the portal, I jumped in the end portal, and then I went all the way back to the end city, and then I bridged all the way, and this shulker actually shot me and actually helped me because, you know, I didn't have ender pearls at this time. It actually helped me and I actually got to the ship. And of course, I came for the only thing I came here for, which was the dragon head. Then I trapdoored my way out, back to the portal, back to the overworld. Of course, I cannot forget my horse. I went back over here, as you can see, and I got my horse, Norgan. On day 95, finally came back to the house. On day 95, I done a lot of decorations. I pretty much, you know, just decorated a bit, and I even actually took out all the rails. I have to say there was quite a few rails, and I even like cleaned up the space a bit. So pretty much decoration, cleaning up sort of day to day. I patched up every single creeper hole, well not every single one, I patched up most of the creeper holes next to my house and next to the base. Now with all the new levels I actually got my sharpness 5 books, and I put sharpness 5 on my sword, on my pickaxe, and on my shovel. Day 96, I wanted to build a horse stable for Norgan. I really wanted him to actually live in somewhere and not just wander out in the middle of nowhere and stuff like that. Now this horse stable, I actually spent the whole day on it. I wanted to make this look really good and, you know, suit Norgan. I don't know what this is called, but I even right clicked my mouse with a shovel just to make all like the grass look better. I literally don't know what it's called. But I right clicked my mouse. That's what I done. Day 96, this horse stable was complete and it was looking really good. Then I got Norgan and I put him inside of the stable, and I have to say all of the right clicking I done, I don't know what it's called, it was actually looking pretty good too. That was looking pretty good too. It was like parts. I was just making parts from my house to my base and stuff like that, even though my house and base are the same thing. What am I saying? Anyways, I forgot to tell you guys, I put mending and unbreaking 3 on my elytra, so it was pretty much unbreakable. But boys, I'm still sad. When something good has to happen, something bad just has to happen. I don't know what it is, but yeah. I went to my other village, you know, like the other village. I traded a bit. I just done this because I wanted to explore, nothing else. Then this happened. I was typing preserve energy as a joke, and Norgan died. He died because of a creeper, and this made me sad. This was probably the most saddest day on the whole 100 days. Like, yeah. I started working on a grave for Norgan. He was about to win. He was about to win with me. It was nearly 100 days, but he died. On day 98, I started the grave for Norgan. I wanted this grave to look good, and I really wanted to be representing Norgan, my first ever horse, on this whole journey. Emeralds on the outside, as you can see over here. Emeralds on the outside, another emerald, and then a diamond. And then I put items frames, and in the item frames, one was Norgan's diamond horse armor and his saddle. Then I got heaps of leaves. There was actually a lot of leaves next to my house. I got all of those leaves and I started to put them next to the grave. I got all sorts of leaves, blue leaves, red leaves, pole leaves, and yeah, I pretty much put them next to the grave. I wanted to make this grave symbolic for noggin, and I wanted to make it look good as well. And then the grave was done, and I was pretty happy with the final result, and this was on day 98. I even put signs, and just to showcase Noggin, he survived from day 1 to day 99. So he died on day 98, but let's just hold it as 99. And yeah. And I even said, rest in peace buddy, you are the best. So hopefully Noggin hears me. Anyways, on day 99, all I done was farming. That was all I done on day 99. The whole thing, the whole day, I done farming. I had nothing else to do besides farm. Yeah, so that was all I was doing the whole day. Wheat farm, pumpkin farm, even though those were the only 2 farms I had, and obviously I had the other farms too, but like, farming farms, I had those. I went back to the raid area, and I even marked this, because the raid area, I would have died. I literally would have died, so this was a big, monument to the whole base as well. Then it was good old day 100. I decided to go back to the old village, and this village was absolutely ruined, but my old house was still here, and this old house was memories. It was memories, so I even, quoted this as well as my first house. And that's it, boys and girls, 100 days in Minecraft Hardcore. That is 100 days in Minecraft Hardcore. Be sure to subscribe for more. Be sure to subscribe for more Minecraft Hardcore videos and survival videos in Minecraft in general. And I'll see you all in the next one. In today's video, I survived 200 days in Minecraft Hardcore. Over these 200 days, I have 3 goals that I want to achieve. Number 1, I want to make heaps of new automatic farms and new farms in general. Number 2, I want to raid a bastion, raid a woodland mansion and defend a raid as well. And number 3, I want to defeat the wither and obtain an emerald beacon. This was a lot of fun to record, and there were a lot of times where I was about to die. So if you like these sort of videos, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. But without further ado, let's get started into 200 days in Minecraft Hardcore. Day 101, I did literally nothing besides chop heaps of trees. I wanted a lot of wood so that I can make them into sticks and trade with my Fletcher. And from day 101 to day 104, I did nothing besides mining. I needed heaps and heaps and heaps of cobblestone because I really wanted to make, you guys can just guess it, I really wanted to start making a gunpowder farm so then, I can actually have unlimited fireworks. So yeah, pretty much from day 101 to day 104, nothing besides cobblestone, farming, and pretty much mining. And I actually did get a lot of good resources on the way as well. That's why I actually like to do cobblestone farming instead of actually like a cobblestone generator. Next, I got all the sugarcane from the actual first farms that I had, the little farms, and then I actually decided to make a really big sugarcane farm. And now I was doing this because I needed a lot of paper and fireworks. So yeah, pretty much day 105, sugarcane farm. Day 106, I had completed the sugarcane farm. Well, not exactly completed it, but you know what I mean, I done most of it. And as you can see, I had heaps of cobblestone. Now with this cobblestone, I just made them into stone, and then with the stone, I made it into stone bricks. And with these stone bricks, I was just expanding the nether base. Because as you can see, this nether base is really small. As you can see, all there is to it is literally a portal. That is all. Day 107, I decided to switch up some plans, and I realized that to actually make much more farms, I actually need a lot more iron, and I just can't be bothered mining iron. So actually I just made this little gateway from the village hall, and I started on a iron farm. Of course, I needed to clear out a lot of area, and just trust me, like the fastest way is flint and steel. Like that has to be the fastest way. Next, I terraformed a bit of the land. Now, this land needed a lot of terraforming, like literally a lot of terraforming, and then I went back to the little tunnel that I had created and I started placing down rails, and then I started to actually get villages inside of this little thing. But of course, I had to actually, you know, plan out everything first, and this meant getting all the resources that I needed to get, doing all the terraforming and all of that sort of stuff. And as you can see, now I start the iron farm, so here is a little montage. Then I AFK'd in this iron farm for some time. I don't actually know how much exactly time I AFK'd for, but it was around 15 to 20 minutes, and this was the results. And you know, like, they weren't so bad at all. Like, as you can see, 3 stacks of iron, not so bad at all. But then I just went back on completing the nether base. As you can see, yeah, I am putting a lot of time and effort into this nether base because, like, my nether base was, if you guys saw my 100 days, which, I mean, at least most of you should be since you're, yeah. Anyways, if you saw the 100 days, you know that, like, the nether base was literally nothing. All it was just a portal. That's why I really wanted to improve this base at least a bit. Of course, now that my iron farm was done, I had the essential materials to actually start my next farm, which was a TNT farm. So this is pretty much me just building my TNT farm. And yeah, I mean, it was actually pretty simple to build. I thought that this was going to be more harder to build, but this was, yeah, as you can see, it wasn't so hard at all. I once again AFK'd for around 15 to 20 minutes, not actually knowing exactly how much time I AFK'd, because like, who actually counts how much time they actually AFK'd? But anyways, I was AFKing and the results weren't so bad again, but I actually did expect a bit more from this farm, but I mean, you know, it was alright. So if you haven't already noticed, my actual gunpowder farm was actually not actually that close from my actual base. So I actually done some quick maths, not exactly quick maths, but I actually done some calculations, and then I realized where I actually needed to go to actually get this nether transportation working, because of course, if you don't already know, 1 block in the nether is 8 blocks in the overworld, so traveling in the nether is much more faster. And these are the coordinates that I needed to go to actually make the portal, so I had to make the portal over here. And so I got some obsidian, and then I went back and I started to create the portal to make it link up. Oh my god, this is my worst play I've ever done. Literally, I am dying in lava. There's a block right next to me, and instead I decide to try and fly off when that gets damaged, and I fall back in lava, and I use up a totem of undying. Literally, this could have been the end. This was literally, like, no joke, the worst play. I had protection 4. Lava is not going to do a lot to me for a long time, but I had to fly off. I don't know why I did that. I took a lot of damage. It was just the worst play. I don't even know what happened, but yeah. Anyways, I lit up the portal, and the portal went straight to where I wanted it to go. It was in a cave, but all I had to do was just dig straight up for a bit of time. Not straight down, straight up. And as you can see, it linked up correctly straight to the farm. And then later on day 119 and even on day 120, pretty much the full of day 119 and day 120, I did nothing besides farm magma blocks. I think the Minecraft veterans know where this is going, because there's literally only one purpose for magma blocks: gold farms. At the end of day 120, or in other words, at night time of day 120, I actually realized a pretty big thing. Behind this ice village, I don't know what the biome is, but whatever it is, behind this ice village was actually another village. Literally, I was shocked. 3 villages in a row. So I slept over here, and I actually had a little contest. Pretty much, I lit this tree on fire, and whichever horse would survive would be Norgan the second. Yes, of course, rip Norgan. We will never forget the night it happened. Never, ever. And there was one winner. There was this horse. So this horse was going to be Norgan the second. And Norgan the second, I tamed him pretty quickly. And I have to say, Norgan the second was strong. And not only was he strong, but he was very, very fast. You can see over here, this is, yeah, lightning speed. This is literally lightning speed. Don't worry. Of course I did loot the village. And then Norgan the second and me were finally home, and then I got a name tag and I named Norgan the second. Of course, rest in peace, Norgan. We will never ever forget you. Okay, so if you don't already realize what I'm doing over here is I'm actually doing a sugarcane farm. Yes, you must be thinking that, you know, I mean, you already have a sugarcane farm, but pretty much that sugarcane farm doesn't work because I am too far away from it. So pretty much on day 122, I just started to make a new sugarcane farm, and I planted the sugarcane here, and because the sugarcane was right next to my house, they were 100% going to grow. On day 123, something really bad happened. On day 123, my Fletcher villager was gone. Nowhere to be seen. Literally gone. I literally checked everywhere. I don't know how he went. But Minecraft gods, you need to do something about this. Pretty much my new plan was actually to get my farmer villager to be my ideal villager for emeralds. Pretty much my farmer villager will trade me pumpkins for emeralds, melons for emeralds, and wheat for emeralds. If I can get those 3 farms really good, automatic, oh my god, I'm about to be rich. Like, much more rich than the Fletcher. But of course, you know, I had to give all of my sticks that I already had away, so I gave them to this Fletcher that I just made. And then I actually got another farmer over here. I don't exactly know why I did this at this point, but I just did it. And I checked up on my iron farm, and something really good happened. Like, this iron farm was working when I wasn't even AFK. So pretty much it was working when I was next to the edge of the house. Like at the edge of the house or in the villager trading hall, it was pretty much automatically working. So this was, I didn't even have to AFK for the iron farm ever again. Of course, you know, a video of Total Genius is not done without a flex. Wow, would you look at that. Next, I made this villager into a armorer villager, and I pretty much done this because now I give him emeralds, he gives me back diamond armor. Insane, I know. It really is insane. From day 125 and 126, I went back to the magma block grind. I really needed a lot for the farm that I was going to build, and as you can see, yeah, I'm doing a lot of grinding for this farm, this OP farm. And the sugarcane farm was growing really good as well. As you can see, this time it's actually working because I'm actually in the distance, and then I went to get some sand, and yeah, another bad thing happened in this video. Yeah, you can see the durability on this shovel is really bad, and I didn't even see it, and boom, it's gone. Just like that. It's just gone. It's just gone. No one knows anything about it now. Of course, I made a new netherite shovel with all the enchants that it previously had, and then I went back to the grind, to the sand grind. On day 127, I actually even made a furnace room. I actually wanted to make furnaces, and you know, like, first my furnaces literally just like 2 furnaces, and then yeah, I needed a lot of furnaces, so I had to go back and I had to mine cobblestone. I mined quite a lot. I even mined through day 128. I went back to the farmer villager, and as you can see, he even sold me melons. 1 melon for 1 emerald. So yeah, I needed melons, yeah, fast. I needed them fast. And then I went back to the furnace room. I actually decided to finish it up. I even decided to do a little expand in my actual chest room. Like, this chest room isn't even a chest room. Literally, why aren't you guys roasting me in the comments? Like, it's not even a chest room. There's literally like 10 chests and that's it. But yeah, I pretty much just expanded this chest room, and I even actually decided to put barrels just to make it, I mean, why not? Day 129 started off with some wood chopping, because for this next farm, yeah, a lot of farms, I needed a lot of hoppers. And of course, to make hoppers, yeah, you need chests. Of course, iron was never a problem now. Like, yeah, I pretty much have unlimited iron, let's just face it. As you can see over here, I'm filling up my shulker boxes because I need a lot of resources for this farm. I've probably said that a lot of times. But anyways, I went back to the sugarcane farm, and yeah, it was actually growing at rapid amounts. And then I even decided to plant some more, because why not? And I even expanded it some more, once again, because why not? Not exactly why not. I actually wanted to trade paper for emeralds, and I needed sugarcane for fireworks. Anyways, I went back to the villager, to the armorer villager. As you can see, yeah, diamond, literally emeralds to diamonds. This is just too good. And I went back to the iron farm, and it's working, yeah, absolutely brilliant. Day 131, a good old wandering trader came, and I mean, they're really not just useful. The only useful thing is the leads. This sugarcane farm was actually finally done. Well, yeah, finally done on day 131, and yeah, I mean, it's pretty big. And of course, this is why I want sugarcane as well. Sugarcane goes to paper, and paper goes to emeralds. Oh my gosh. I actually even decided to actually label these villages for actually what they sell and how much I need to give them. Of course, farmer, 1 pumpkin for 1 emerald, wheat for emerald, and 1 melon for an emerald. And for the cartographer, which is of course 11 glass for emeralds and 24 paper for emeralds. On day 131, I decided to explore. Not exactly explore for no reason. I needed melons. I really needed melon seeds, so I decided to explore, and this took I don't know if I should say quite a while, but it took a substantial amount to just find a jungle biome. And in some time, as you can see over here, I found a jungle biome, and I was pretty happy because I found melons fairly quickly as well. I don't know about you, but I've never seen this many bamboos in my entire life. Like, this is way too much. Good thing was that next to this jungle biome was a desert biome, something that was fairly rare in this seed, or at least where I was living. Then I slept in a desert village. Also, once again, you're going to a village, you have to loot it. Like, that's like the main thing of a village, looting. I believe this is what you call this biome, a frozen ocean biome. I don't know if I'm right, but I believe that is. Anyways, I even found polar bears. Like, I thought that they were like chill with me. Like, literally, they nearly killed me. Like, not exactly nearly killed me, but they were trying to kill me. So yeah, global warming. And yeah, I even found a ruined nether portal, which really just gave me nothing good. I went back to the bamboo area, and I got heaps and heaps of bamboo for scaffolding, and even for something else you'll see later in the video. Then I even found a panda. Like, literally, these things are probably the most cutest pet. Like, what is this? Panda are actually the most cutest pet. You guys have to agree. Like, look at this. This panda has to be the most cutest pet. If you don't disagree, just leave. Just don't actually leave. Anyways, I got the obsidian that I needed because of course I'm not going to be going all the way back to my base like this. I'm going to be going via the nether, and yeah, I got all the obsidian, and then I went to the nether portal, and I even got another achievement, which was very cool. Why am I doing this to myself? Why was I bridging like this? Please, why? One little slip and the game is over, the series is over, everything is over if I messed this up. I was putting hay bales across the way every single time because, like, you know, I was bridging with the netherrack. You literally can't see any difference. Then I finally found my fortress and I went back to my base. And yeah, piglins, yeah, with a elytra on, yeah, you guys just keep in mind that you want your elytra off if you're not using it. Like literally, they take off a lot of damage. I made heaps of scaffolding and pretty much I went to my wheat farm and I tore it apart. I pretty much just got rid of it because I wanted this to be where I place my melons, and pretty much I'll actually just make a automatic wheat farm instead, because if you know me, I do not like harvesting wheat. For some reason, I just can't be bothered, but melons and pumpkins, they're just different. And of course, you know, all the time I've been breeding my sheep and cows as well. I had quite a lot of bone meal, so I used bone meal to actually just make the process a bit more faster. And yeah, you guys should use bone meal as well. Bone meal is, yeah, it's good. Then I harvested some of my melons and my pumpkins, and yeah, I literally got raided by a horde of zombies, and these zombies were picking up my melons. How dare you just violate me like that? All the sand I got, I made it into glass, and then with all the glass I got, I made it into glass panes, and of course with all the glass panes I got, I traded them with my cartographer for emeralds, and now I can even trade my wheat, pumpkins, and even melons for emeralds. Now I was actually ready to make a iron golem, which you will see why later, but this iron golem was going to be very helpful. Oh my god, this was anxiety. This was literally anxiety. Like, this was actually anxiety, but yeah, thankfully it worked. On day 137, I done a lot of mining, and even on day 138, because I needed heaps and heaps of cobblestone slabs for this next farm. I even came across some good old diamonds, you know. You always gotta take diamonds no matter what. It's not like you can make a farm out of diamonds. 137 and day 138, I farmed a lot and I got a lot of cobblestone because I needed a lot of cobblestone slabs for this gold farm. At this point, I was pretty ready to actually start this gold farm, and yeah, this gold farm needed a lot of resources, but I was finally ready to start this build. I needed one more resources. I needed a turtle egg, so I bred 2 turtles together and they made 2 turtle eggs. Oh yeah, I even actually put silk touch. I actually bought silk touch and I even put it on my netherite shovel, because of course the first one, rip, it just died because of my mistakes, but yeah, rip to the first one. And of course I put silk touch and I'm ready to collect the last resource for this farm, the turtle eggs. I got one and I left because, you know, I can make a turtle farm with the other one. Then I started on this gold farm. For this gold farm, you actually need to be in a pretty large nether wastes biome. So I found that and I started, and all you have to do is you have to tower up all the way to the bedrock layer, and you pretty much have to get past the bedrock layer. And to get past the bedrock layer, it's not so hard, not so complicated at all. All you have to do is you have to first, of course, go to the bedrock layer, and all you have to do is ender pearl. That's literally all you need. So I ender pearled my way in and I started to actually do the process of breaking the actual bedrock block. And this was actually how you do it. TNT, obsidian, all of that. You can just go on a tutorial, but this is pretty much how you do it. First attempt I actually did, completely failed. Yeah, I don't know what happened here, completely failed. But then on the second attempt, it actually worked and I actually was successfully able to break bedrock in Minecraft. Now that just sounds like creative mode. For many large builds and builds in general, scaffolding is actually really important, and it's really helpful. And pretty much from day 140 to day 148, yeah, it took this much time because you can see over here, yeah, I'm completely new to actually building this. This is the first time I ever built it, so yeah, there was quite a lot of times when things just didn't go to how I wanted it to go. That's why it took a bit longer than usual. But day 140 to day 148, it took me to build this farm. Of course, day 149 and day 150, all I did was AFK just to test out the farm and just test out, you know, how it exactly works. The results were, yeah, they were shocking results. Anyways, this is a little montage, not exactly montage, yeah, just whatever you want to call it. This is this is this. Anyways, this is me building my gold farm. This is what I mean. This is why you guys should build a gold farm in your worlds as well. Like, what is this? What is this? Literally, I'm getting so much experience in no time. Literally, in no time, I'm getting so much experience. In about 13 minutes, I reached level 100, which I have to say from my own personal experience, this is, yeah, it's actually really good. And then I took this screenshot, and if you guys actually want teasers to the next video, updates to the channel, and just, you know, just news about the channel and all of that sort of stuff, go to my community page in the channel, and pretty much everything about the new videos, channel updates, everything like that will be in the community tab, so go there. Anyways, I went home, and not only was the experience really good, the gold was really good as well. So both really good. Of course, now this was the farm that was going to give me heaps of experience and even gold in the process. Day 150, I started to work on a underground brewing lab or laboratory, whatever you want to call it. I just started to work on this new underground station. So pretty much right underground, I would have a full new chamber for everything related to brewing. And as you can see, this is the decoration that I was putting. I was putting a lot of stone as the decoration, and then I started moving everything inside of this underground brewing laboratory, whatever you want to call it. I did the same underground thing to the chest room, and I pretty much added a full new underground layer to the chest room, and of course I, you know, implemented pretty much on both. I done the chest room and a underground brewing room, and as you can see, the brewing room, I have put a lot of time to just get everything how I want it. As you can see, everything from stone. I even added decoration by adding lava on the roof of this brewing room, and I would always be checking if this lava was touching my actual house, because if it was, my whole house would be burnt down. I don't know about you guys, but I really do like this lava decoration in this brewing room, and I was just getting this lava from, yeah, pretty much my ruined nether portal, and I was adding this lava a lot and pretty much everywhere, and I actually even started to add more to the nether base, and I actually even started to expand the nether base. The nether base was looking much more better even when I did just some little touches. On day 152, I actually even started to add lava on the bottom, and then I went back to the nether and I grabbed blackstone because I wanted to make my chest room out of only and only blackstone. By chest room, I mean the new underground chest room that I have. It was good that there was a lot of blackstone right next to my base. And then with all the blackstone I had, I put them all into the ceilings, the roof, the floor, everywhere inside of my chest room, which took quite a lot of time, but you know, in the long run it was going to be good. And of course, you know, on day 153 started with farming and then trading all of those resources for emeralds. And the population in this breeding chamber was soaring at high levels. At night time of day 153, I needed a lot of wood for all of these new chests that I was adding. So I got a lot of wood. And I mean, you know, you just gotta farm melons and pumpkins. That's just like a normal to-do thing every single day. Like, it really is. You have to farm melons. It's just rules. This chest room was done, but it was looking not the way I wanted it to look. It was looking kind of odd and weird and very irregular, so I was gonna work on this later. Before I do anything else, let me just make some quick cash. And by cash, of course, not only is emeralds, but even, oh my gosh, iron. Sorry, iron golems, but you serve a good purpose. By the way, can someone in the comments please actually tell me what is the purpose for these roses or poppies, whatever you call them? I actually don't know what the purpose is, so I'm just burning them, but please tell me if they are actually useful. On day 155, I went back to the chest room, and this was much more how I wanted it to look. This time it was actually looking the way I wanted it to look, not like irregular. Once again, this farmer villager really does make me rich very quickly. Of course, for my brewing room, I needed a lot of brewing stands, and the only way to get brewing stands is blaze rods. So yeah, I was farming on day 155 for actually more time than intended, and I got more blaze rods than intended. But I mean, it doesn't really matter, does it? Then I done some good old sugarcane farming. And now with all the blaze rods that I had collected, I made them into brewing stands, and I placed all of these brewing stands in my really much better looking brewing room. Can someone please tell me what you call a brewing room? I actually don't know what you call it, yeah. At this point, it was just a case of just way too many emeralds. Literally, that was how it was going at this point. Literally, I was getting melons from all kinds of different villages, but the farmer one being the best. I then got a cleric out of my breeding chamber, and this was because I needed this cleric to give me rotten flesh for emeralds. I give the cleric rotten flesh and he gives me back emeralds, and this cleric even made 1 gold for an emerald. Like, bro, what do you mean 1 gold for an emerald? So I just decided to actually name each of my villages and just write down what each of them gives and what I have to give to them, and this cleric was going to make me, oh my, even more rich than I already am. The rest of the day, I think we all know what I was going to do. Of course, take all of my rotten flesh and trade it for emeralds. Day 158 started off with me building the things that I needed for my next farm, and this next farm was going to be a very valuable farm for emeralds. Once again, it was going to be a automatic wheat farm. So I was just getting all the materials that I needed for this farm. And as I was getting out of my house on day 158, a creeper just blew up my front yard. Like, you cannot do that, alright? That is vandalism of property, and that is against the law. Anyways, on day 159, I was still collecting materials for this farm, and materials that I even needed, such as sand. I then started to terraform the land where I wanted to make this automatic wheat farm be, and yeah, there was a lot of terraforming. Once again, any build you need to do a lot of terraforming, but then in a matter of time I started to build this automatic wheat farm. Now for this farm, I'm not going to do any sort of music or montage or whatever I normally do. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just going to be doing a plain commentary. So as you can see, this farm is not complicated at all. And by the way, in the middle of nowhere, I just put on some shaders, and please, someone has to point this out. I mean, heaps of people already have, but shaders look so good. Literally, they look so good. You can see over here, yeah, I was just testing out shaders in the middle of the farm, but then of course I went back to work on this automatic wheat farm, and I think I've already said this. I believe I have already said this. This farm was very easy to make. All you needed is wood, dirt, dispensers, hopper. I think you need 1 hopper. Yeah, you only need 1 hopper, and it works. But I actually ran into a problem. As you can see, I pressed on this button and the water actually didn't go to the last seed. And because I was so new to redstone, this took me, yeah, it took me quite a while to actually figure out why it was happening. Literally, it took me about, I think it was about 1 to 2 days just to figure out why this was happening and why the water wasn't, you know, going all the way. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of an L to me, but I am new to redstone, so yeah. And then I realized that the repeater was actually not on the right signal, or the repeater wasn't actually giving the signal to the last dispenser correctly, and that's what the problem was. And all I had to do was just place the repeater 1 block above, and it was then working completely fine. Why am I so bad at redstone? But you know, I mean, people improve, okay? So because of my recent success, I decided to actually do this farm again, pretty much creating 2 automatic wheat farms. So let's just skip there. As you can see, this is my 2nd automatic wheat farm. Like, not symmetrical, but I mean, who really cares if it's symmetrical or not really? It's just a wheat farm. First ever time I was into redstone, and now I was much more confident dealing with redstone. Thank you to all my villagers for making me extremely rich. My farmer, my cartographer, and my cleric. Thank you very much. First of all farmer, then cartographer, then cleric, and then this villager was selling me thorns, so I got thorns 3 out of it, and then I put it on my helmet, and then I realized that I needed levels. Like, yeah, of course levels wasn't going to be a problem at all with this new gold farm. And then I put some more enchants on my helmet. And then, on day 164, I came across a bastion remnant. So then I decided, you know what, why not raid it? So yeah, from days 164 to 165, I raided a bastion. I then decided to put all of my Bastion loot inside of a shulker box, and now that I was at the Nether, I was like, why not just farm Wither heads for the Wither. And by the way, because of the magic of editing, this does not seem like a lot of time, but trust me, this took a lot of time. This took me 165 to 168 just to get 3 Wither skeletons. And as you can see, I was low on food quite a while. You can just tell how long I've been in this Nether for. Like, it took quite a long time just to get 3 Wither skeleton heads. And I even actually found other stuff on the way inside of this Nether fortress that I didn't even loot before. Like, have I not looted properly in my 100 days? Anyways, I got Noggin horse armor, and this was the final Wither skeleton. As you can see, a lot of coal, and my hearts were very low as well. And then this was the final Wither skeleton. Even if I take one shot, I am pretty much dead, and I don't even have a totem, so I'm very, very vulnerable. But then I just killed the Wither skeleton, and I got a Wither head. I then sorted all of my stuff, and as you can see, I am already ready to fight the Wither, and I even put the new horse armor on Noggin the second. And after a long time, I actually slept in the attic, and this sugarcane farm was looking very, very cool in this view. And if you know me, I do not like farming wheat for some reason, but this, automatic wheat farm just does it all for me, which was exactly what I wanted. And of course, I actually like farming melons and pumpkins, so I actually like doing that. That's why I don't have an automatic farm for that. I think that makes sense. I think that does make sense. And the fact that this iron farm actually works when I'm not here is the best thing. I think I was getting an overflow in iron at this point, literally. I believe golden carrots are the best food source in this game, and now I have acquired them, so that is really good. On day 170, I wanted to get even more overpowered armor, so I was doing that, and as I was doing that, this iron golem seems to be very friendly. Thank you, iron golem. But I got depth strider, and I acquired depth strider, and I realized that I need levels. Once again, we all know where I go for levels. At this point, we all know. I don't know if I'm trying to flex my armor over here. I think I am. And of course, I put even more enchants on my gear. Now farming wheat sounds much more fun when all I have to do is just place seeds. I wanted even more enchants, and to get even more enchants, I needed even more experience. And to get even more experience, we all know what happens to get even more experience. That is just, we all know. Thank you very much, Gold Farm. On day 171, me and Noggin the second went to the death of Noggin the Great. This was definitely the saddest part in the entire series, and we both will never ever forget what had happened at this time. Never. It feels good to see the sun rise on day 172. On day 172, I started by expanding the brewing area because I wanted to make a automatic nether warts farm underground, which sounds very cool just by saying it. But there was a slight change in plans, and I geared up to fight the Wither out of nowhere. I wanted to fight the Wither just because I wanted to fight the Wither. So I geared up and I went to a random location. I just geared up all my armor, bows, everything like that, and I went to the Soul Sand Valley. I went back to this portal and I found my pet panda after a long time. I didn't exactly found, I saw. And then I digged straight down in this spot. And by the way, in the first 100-day video, a lot of people said like, don't dig straight down. And by the way, this is what I mean by digging straight down. Not exactly digging straight down. I'm not that bad at Minecraft. Come on, guys. And then I made a big passage so then I can easily defeat this Wither. Yes, I have to say I was mining for not exactly a long time, but an okay amount of time. An okay amount of time. What do you even, oh my god, an okay amount of time. I don't even know what I mean by that, but it was roughly like, I don't know, like 5 minutes maybe, I don't know, I can't remember, right? And then it was time to get the Wither, to spawn the Wither inside of my world. This could have been the last ever time you saw this series. This could have been the end. Any mistake and this could have been the end. So I was extremely careful, but then I started the fight. Wither is down and Wither Star has been acquired. I started to terraform a little hill next to my house. There was this little hill, as most of you guys should know, and I was just starting to terraform this hill. And trust me, in any farm, you've heard it here first, terraforming is probably what takes the most time, because the land is not always so great unless you have the best seed, which I don't definitely have, but the land is definitely not the way you want it to be all the times, and terraforming definitely does take a long time. Sometimes terraforming can take more than the actual build. As you can see, there was a lot of terraforming to be done to make this little hill actually seem realistic and to make the beacon seem realistic, and then I started this beacon. And then this beacon was done, and all I needed now was to actually make the beacon itself, not just the layers of the beacon. And so I started by doing that. I got the obsidian that I needed, and then I got the glass, the obsidian, and the nether star to make this beacon, and I even lit up the sides of the beacon, and then I placed the beacon down, and I got 2 achievements in one shot. Definitely not done before in this series. The rest of day 175 and day 176, I'm sorry to say this, but kind of went to waste because I was just checking how beacons actually work, because if you don't know, this is the first time I actually placed a beacon, and I guess a creeper just has to blow it up, but pretty much this is the first time I actually ever placed a beacon or, you know, done anything related to beacons in Minecraft. So I needed to really learn the basic mechanics of how beacons work. So I even actually watched a YouTube tutorial on that, and just trust me, haste on a beacon is really good. Definitely not how I want it right now, but haste is a really good achievement. Well, not achievement, I don't even know what you call it. Power? Do you call it power? I think you do. I just decided to go with speed instead because this beacon was meant for, you know, making the house and the base seem good, not exactly for, you know, quarry or anything like that. Day 177, I put sharpness 5 or sharpness V on my sword. Of course, I needed XP, and I don't even need to talk for this part, literally. And then I put sharpness 5 on my sword, something that I should have done much earlier. On day 178, I don't exactly know why I did this, but I told you guys a little teaser for 300 days. Next, I built a lot of pistons. I think we all know where this is going. Yes, another farm. But before I started on the farm, I needed to repair all of my tools. And this was one of those times I could have died. Another one of those times. I literally thought I had the Elytra one, and I literally even opened up my inventory and this happened. Yeah, I really don't want to talk about it because this one of those times where, you know, like the whole series could have gone just like that. Yeah, that's completely my fault. Just like any farms, the first ever step is terraforming. The most boring, longest, not exactly longest, but still boring thing to do. Terraforming, and what do you think I'm gonna say? Terraforming. And then as you can see, I got a lot of land terraformed. Didn't exactly need this much land, but I mean, why not? I think now's the best time I tell you guys what this farm actually is. This farm is a automatic bamboo farm. Now I don't even use the Fletcher. Why am I making an automatic bamboo farm? Pretty simple, unlimited fuel. And I'll just tell you how this farm actually works. It's pretty simple. So pretty much as you can see, there is sugarcane. Sugarcane was just the first layer. The next layers were of course going to be bamboo. Pretty much the sugarcane or bamboo, it reaches the observers see it, the observers send a signal to the redstone, and then the redstone sends a signal to the pistons, and the pistons just slash, I think that's the word I should use, they just slash the sugarcane or the actual bamboo, and it gets collected into the water, into the hopper. And I have glass just in case it goes anywhere else. As you can see, straight to the hoppers, into the chest. Very, very simple. And of course, yeah, I done this with bamboo because it is a bamboo farm. Yeah, when I say I wanted a lot of bamboo, I really did mean 6 layers of bamboo. Literally, I made 6 layers of bamboo. Yes, I did. Just flying to this thing takes a lot of hard work. It is very, very tall. And because of the size of how, you know, big this thing is, I decided to actually improve the storage system or the collection system, and I started to actually improve it by making it bigger. Day 184 started off with wheat farming and even sheep and cow farming, but then I had a different plan. From day 184 to 188, I wanted to make a underground automatic nether wart farm, and this was the design. Nether block, oh my god, why do I keep forgetting these? Block of quartz and stone, and those were pretty much the pillars, and the stone was there for decoration. And I started on this automatic nether wart farm. Yes, oh my, I actually forget the names of a lot of blocks. Yeah, I need to improve on remembering names. And of course, to get all of the actual soul sand that I needed, I went to the jungle biome actual portal that I had. So pretty much for this automatic nether wart farm, I needed even more land or even more space, so I had to expand it and I had to make it even more bigger. And in a matter of time, I realized that trapdoors don't even work. Like, water doesn't even go through trapdoors, so like, yeah, I had to literally make it out of dispensers, but then in a matter of seconds, not exactly seconds, shall I say minutes, it was all working correctly. As you can see, the automatic nether wart farm is done, and yes, I wasted a lot of hoppers. I could have just added water into one hopper, but you really think I care? Life was good, a lot of automatic farms for a lazy person like me. And you know, why not use this wheat to my advantage? Wheat, pumpkin, melons, everything to my advantage. And of course, this bamboo was now my new fuel source. And then I turned all of these pumpkins into carved pumpkins, and I went to the third village that we found. The third village, and I think this is all leading up to something spicy over here. Yes, I even found a outpost tower. and you know, me being me, of course I was not prepared. I literally had to make a shield over there. Yes, I wanted to defend a raid. Why? Because I wanted to have a bit more fun. So the first actual raid captain that I killed actually didn't get the bad omen effect. Like, Minecraft, please fix your game. But the second one I killed, I got exactly what I wanted to get, the bad omen effect. And here is a little clip just to show you guys how close this pillager outpost is to the actual village. Literally, it's pretty much neighbors. Like, it's pretty much neighbors. And yeah, this raid started, and this raid went on from day 189 to 190. Enjoy the montage. And the raid was complete, and I was the hero of the village, and I even got quite a good amount of loot. And not only was that cool, yeah, villagers were dancing. I've never seen this before, but villagers were dancing. Nighttime of day 190, I did melon and pumpkin farming. And then I even checked back on the iron farm, getting quite a lot of iron, of course, from there. And then I thought of making an iron beacon, but then I only had 9 more days and I didn't want to waste it with another wither, and just getting these wither heads was quite a long time, so I tore it down. I did something better with my life, and I actually used nether transportation to identify where I needed to go in the nether to set my actual portal there to go straight to the end portal. So pretty much I was just linking up the end portal to my nether base. And of course, for everything related to portals, you need obsidian. And then I made my portal and I made my way in, and I spawned actually above the end portal. Not exactly what I wanted, but I mean, you know, it was okay. And then this happened. I was lighting up everything. Yeah, just watch. I was lighting up everything. I went next to a creeper. Normally it wouldn't be much of a big deal, and I died. I pretty much died. I lost my totem of dying as well, and I never knew that the elytra takes off that much damage. That much. And by the way, just finding this end portal, yeah, it took quite a while because I actually didn't take the coordinates. So just finding this thing, yeah, it took quite a while. I finally made it to the portal, and this time I took 2 screenshots. Not 1, but 2 screenshots. And then I actually took all of the obsidian from the portal that was above, and I made a new portal inside of this end portal, so it would directly be linked up. And thankfully it actually did link up to the original portal that I had created, making it easier on me. This automatic nether wart farm was really, really good as well. Day 193 was one of those days I saw a sun rise, and then I got back into the normal work that I was doing. But yeah, this time there's a little twist. I didn't exactly know what my plans were. I first went to the nether and I decided let's expand on the nether base, you know, like why not, let's expand on the nether base. But yeah, that got scratched out when I got attacked by heaps of piglins, heaps and heaps of piglins, and then I thought, you know, let's just make a turtle farm. Why not? Let's make a turtle farm. But zombies kept on attacking me. I still did place turtles, but I just didn't want to do it at this time. It was nighttime, and yeah, I just didn't want to do it at all. And then I went back to Emerald because I mean that's just cool. And then on day 194, I thought of adding a house next to this turtle farm that was soon to be made. But yeah, even that was just scratched and not actually done. And this time I decided to get a Woodland Explorer map. Yes, a Woodland Explorer map. And I decided to go to the Woodland Mansion. And this was out of nowhere. Literally out of nowhere. And please Minecraft, please update this Woodland map. Sorry, this Woodland Mansion was 8,000 blocks away. 8. I'm not joking. I'm not lying. 8,000. But who does this? Who does that? Literally, you can see I finally made it. I was fairly happy. It took quite a while, and you can tell by the coordinates. I am not joking, it was actually 8,000 blocks away. And here is a sick montage from day 196 to 197 of me raiding this mansion. The raid was done, but my job was not completed. I was getting flint, and there was probably only one purpose for flint and steel, and I decided to burn this entire mansion. In this world, there was only allowed to be one mansion, and that was mine. So I decided, you know, let's just burn it. I mean, why not? You know, I mean, pillagers are not my friends, so there's no reason not to burn this thing. And yeah, this mansion is extremely flammable, trust me. There were points where I was literally running out of flint and steel, and I needed to get more flint and steel. So, you know, I got more flint and steel, and this was the end product. I'm just sorry, pillagers, but it had to be done. It just had to be done. It literally had to be done. Not exactly had to be done, but I mean, at least I was getting loot pretty quickly. I mean, the chests were, yeah, I could see them pretty quickly, so I guess that's an upside. But yeah, pillagers don't deserve anything. Pillagers are just dumb. So, yeah, if you're a pillager fan, I'm sorry. But I mean, this does look cool. Trust me, this does look cool, and it felt cool as well, I think. It took me a long time just to get back. On day 199, I went straight into my gold farm to repair all of my tools, all of my armor, all of my bows, all of my everything. Day 200, I did nothing except just sort out my inventory and farming. As I was farming, I had a lot of thoughts come into my head. By that, I mean I had many new ideas planned for the next 300 days.